Hi guys, welcome to class. Today is going to be a slow flow sort of morning stretchy movement class. You might want a couple of yoga blocks or like books, just something to kind of bring the floor up a little bit. You might not need it, but if you know that you prefer it for like lunges and stretches and things, just grab a couple of yoga blocks, have them by your mat. As I say, not 100% necessary, but sometimes it's useful to bring the ground up to you. We are going to start in child's pose today. So if you just want to make your way to hands and knees, and then take your knees maybe a little bit wider than normal, knock your big toes together, and just walk your hands out in front of you. And maybe, you stop with your forearms on the ground and that feels like enough. Maybe you'd like to drop your chin or your forehead to the floor. And just add a little sway from side to side, kind of get into the inner hips, into the insides of the thighs. And as you begin to sway, just start to find sort of like a slowing down of your breath. So you can really reap the benefits of arriving on your mat and slowing yourself down. Relaxing into this space, finding a sense of calm and peace. And maybe after a few sways, you settle somewhere still, maybe you don't. If you'd rather move, then move. But if you'd like to come to stillness, then do. Imagine that you're sticking your bum up towards the sky behind you, lifting your tailbone, finding length in your lower back and your spine as you pull your chest towards your fingers. Fill up with air on the inhale, maybe find a bit more length. And then on your exhale, could you be heavier? Could you melt down into your arms? Into your chest. And go again, inhale, fill up, find length, bum back, heart forward, fingers forward, and then exhale to be heavier. One more just like that. Inhale, lengthens you. Exhale, melts you down. If you need to bring your knees a little bit closer because your legs are screaming at you, then just do. I'm going to stay in child's pose a little bit longer, but walk your hands to the left. So keep your legs where they are, or if you need to bring them closer, then do. But you're in a child's pose with your arms reaching off to the left-hand side of your mat. And then melt back down again. Reach your right fingertips a little bit further forward. You could even bring your right hand on top of your left hand. But you're really creating this long line, this long stretch through the right-hand side of your body. So press your right rib cage towards the top right corner of your mat. Imagine that you're wrapping the outside edge, so that little finger side of your right arm down. And pull your right hip back in space. And as you breathe, could you imagine that you're breathing space into your right lung? And if you did, what would it feel like? Could you expand the stretch a little bit more with nothing other than your breathing? And take another big breath in, find one more last little bit of space. Find an exhale to melt down, press into the right ribs, the right heel. And then look forward as you walk your hands all the way to the right. So same, just hands off to the right this time. Maybe left hand comes on top of right if that's what you did on the other side. If you'd rather just reach the left fingertips a little bit further forward, then do. But the same. We're finding actively a bit of a curve in the spine. So you're pressing the left set of ribs this time towards the top left corner of your mat. And you're breathing space into your left lung. You're reaching through the left fingers, wrapping the outside edge of the left arm down. And being heavier onto your mat with every exhale, finding more length with every inhale. Last 3 breaths here. Keep reaching on the inhale. Pressing the ribs and melting down on the exhale. Keep your bum moving back towards your heels. One last breath. Inhale. And exhale. And look your hands, come all the way forward. But then pull your hands towards you as you come up to hands and knees. We're going to keep going and come all the way down to lying on the belly in Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, your elbows are down. Your elbows are either slightly like a little bit in front of your shoulders. It'll help you feel like less hunched into the shoulders if that's what this feels like for you. Or sat directly underneath, but we're not further in. And then press the tops of the feet down. Find a slight tuck in the tailbone, so it's like you were trying to press your hips down into the mat and then pull your chest forward. Imagine that you're dragging your elbows towards you as you pull your rib cage through your arms. Could you imagine that you're spinning the fronts of the shoulders back, almost wrapping the shoulder blades onto the back? Take another inhale, lengthen through the torso. Take an exhale. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. 2 more like that, strong legs. Inhale pulls you forward, drag the elbows back towards your hips. Exhale, find some heaviness in the ribs. Go again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, be heavy. Good, last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, be heavy. Good, still working this kind of curvature of the spine. We're going to tuck the toes behind. Bring your legs a little bit closer towards you. Begin to sink your hips back. Press into your hands. So we're now almost like in a long child's pose. Your hands are staying where they were. You could keep the forearms down and drop your head, and that might already be enough of a shoulder stretch for you. If you've got more space, press into the hands, lengthen the arms, then begin to melt the chest down. If you've got even more space, the chest might find the ground, but don't worry if it doesn't. Either way, let's really try and isolate into the shoulders. So find a slight tuck under of the tailbone, really engaging the core. Again, imagine that you're wrapping the outside edges of the arms down. If it's helpful, you can even twist your arms so you can give yourself a thumbs up. Can you plug your arm bones back into the sockets? And remember to breathe. It doesn't have to be the most intense stretch that you ever took. Instead, can you slowly allow your breath to be the thing that melts you in? Not so much about reaching your furthest point, more just about finding a tiny bit of space. Something that feels good. Breathing slow and soft. And finding a sense of calm in the rhythm of your breath. We'll take 2 more here. Inhale. Exhale, keep that core engaged. Keep wrapping the outside edges of the arms down. 1 more. Inhale. And then on your exhale, press into your hands to lift yourself up. Walk your hands all the way back towards you till you're kneeling at the back of your mat. Take an inhale, press through the tops of the feet. If kneeling's really uncomfortable to you and you want to sit on a yoga block or give yourself a bit more height, then feel free. And take your right arm to the sky, inhale. Exhale, bend the right elbow, catch hold of the left ear, and just gently use the weight of the right hand to bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Have a slight tuck in your chin. Keep the left shoulder down. And feel that stretch through the left hand side. If this feels like enough, then stay. If you want to add a little bit into that left arm, bring the left arm out. So reach the fingertips towards the left hand side and you'll feel this pull all the way through the left bicep, maybe even to the left fingers. Breathe into it and feel what you're feeling. Again, you could stay. But if you want to explore this a little bit more, just begin to twist your hand up towards the sky and then down towards the earth, maybe back behind you. So you're twisting that left arm bone in its socket and noticing what you're feeling. Breath stays slow and steady. And everything else stays soft and still. Maybe you're moving the left arm super, super slow, twisting and turning. Maybe you're moving it a little bit faster. Breath stays steady. 1 more inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, left hand finds right ear and gently brings left ear to left shoulder. Slight tuck in the chin. Right hand stays down to begin. Feel that stretch through the right hand side. If you want to stay, then stay. If you want to add on, right hand arm comes out and maybe you just have that right hand reaching. And maybe that stretch feels nice, maybe that stretch feels like enough and you don't really want to explore it because it feels good. But maybe you begin to twist the right hand, palm to the sky, palm back behind you, just twisting the right arm bone all the way in its socket and noticing what it feels like. And maybe one side, like for me this side, feels a little bit more creaky than the other, and that's okay. But again, we're keeping everything else soft so the breath stays still. The body stays calm. Maybe the other way around. And the right arm twists. Just a couple more breaths like this. Stay really, really steady in your breathing. Just exploring and noticing. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm reaches to the sky. And exhale, left hand drops. Good, let's come into a downward facing dog. So hands come to the top of the mat. Bring your legs back behind you, and for the first one, just pedal it out. So bend a knee, straighten a leg. Like even if you're not familiar with a downward facing dog shape per se, don't worry so much about kind of the distance between your hands and your feet as long as they're not too close. Don't worry about your heels reaching the earth. Instead, keep the knees nice and soft. Really keep the arms strong, biceps up by the ears. Keep the hips reaching up towards the sky. And just feel a stretch through the backs of the legs. Maybe you add a twist from side to side if that's something that feels good to you. But if you're not familiar with the shape, just kind of bend a leg, straighten a leg. Move into the hamstrings a bit. Okay. Inhale, press into the left foot, right leg reaches up towards the sky. Don't worry about how high it is lifting, just press into the hands, press into the toes. And then exhale, bend the knee, squeeze your thigh towards your belly, but nothing else is going to move. So we're not moving into the arms just yet. And then begin to circle that leg round like you're drawing big circles in the sky. Just do 3. So own pace, own time. Knee comes into the chest, it moves out to the side, spins up towards the sky. Then one more, knee into chest, out to the sky, and then one more stretch. Reach the toes to the sky, big breath in, press into the hands. And then exhale, look forward as you begin to bring your knee in. This time the shoulders move forward and set the foot down in between the hands. Hands are going to come up either onto the floor here, or if you want that extra height, bring them onto blocks. Just, again, the floor comes up to you. And then inhale, I want you to pull your chest forward as if you're reaching out in between your arms. Send your left heel back. Ground down into the feet. And take another breath in. As you exhale, slight press into the right knee, round your spine, and go knee to nose. Inhale, pull the chest forward, left heel back. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Not moving anything else, just too much. One more, inhale, pull chest forward. This time as you exhale, drop the left knee down. Inhale, hands climb onto the right thigh. Pull the feet together, lift up through the chest. Really stretching into the top of that left thigh. So allow your hips to sink a little bit here. You can move yourself a little bit further forward. Keep pulling the feet together, pressing into the hands to really bring the torso away from that right thigh. Keep a slight tuck in the tailbone. And breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good, keep pulling the feet together, pressing into that right thigh. We'll take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, drop the hands, press into the right foot, and then keep going as you bring your bum all the way back towards your left heel. As always, if you need to bring the floor up to you, grab a couple of blocks, bring your bum onto some blocks instead, and you can bend that front knee if you need to. Take an inhale like you're halfway lifting, so we want to lengthen the spine. Imagine that you're pulling your chest forward between the arms again, you're lengthening your lower back. Exhale, fold in. Don't worry about how far that looks for you. Worry about the feeling. Keep pulling the toes back towards you. Keep lengthening the spine. And breath stays slow and steady. Inhale. And exhale. If you notice that you've begun to kind of tense up your face or your jaw, can you find a little bit of softness in the teeth and the forehead? Take one more breath in. One more exhale. And then as you inhale, come back forward into that lunge variation with the back knee lifted. Left hand is flat. Inhale, take the right arm to the sky in a twist. Pull your feet together underneath you. Press out of the left hand. Keep the hips lifted. And then just begin to twist that right arm again. So palm comes forward. Twist the arm bone in its socket. Palm faces back. Palm comes forward. Really think about the movement coming from the socket, from the shoulder, rather than kind of just twisting into the wrist. Good, take one more, palm moves back, palm comes forward. And then once the palm comes forward, begin to thread the right arm underneath the left as you twist your toes to the long side of your mat and you reach your right hand onto your left leg. Toes are facing to the long side, so you're in a wide fold. Now, you could be all the way up on the thigh, you could be all the way down onto the right ankle, and you might have some softness in the knees, and that's okay. You could stay here, just twisting, or you could take the left arm up to the sky. Can you send your bum back and your heart forward, press into your feet. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in. Exhale, reach the left arm forward onto the floor. Stay for the exhale. Good, stay here for another breath in. Exhale, reach the right arm to meet the left arm. Again, if this is a little bit much, your hands are going to be on your shins or on your thighs rather than on the floor. So again, height is coming up. Take an inhale like you're pulling your chest forward. Or hands on blocks, exhale, fold down. And one more like that. Inhale, pull your chest forward, lift up. Push into the outside edges of your feet as you fold down. Can you spin the inner thighs back? Can you lift the hips up high? Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Your next inhale, look forward. Begin to bend into your back leg, but reach your hands to the top of the mat as if maybe they were in a downward facing dog. So almost as if you could sink your weight into that left leg. Pull your chest between your arms. Don't worry about how far those arms are reaching. Maybe they're just in the inside of the legs, and that's okay. Take another big breath in. Sink a little bit lower on the exhale. One more like that, inhale. On the exhale, this time both feet pivot forward. The left hand comes back to where it was in the twist, and the right arm reaches to the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, both hands land, step back, downward facing dog. Take a second to pedal it out. You need to give your legs a little bit of a wiggle, then do. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, nothing else moves. Draw the left knee in towards the chest and begin to circle the leg around 3 times, your own pace. Knee into chest, out to the side and up to the sky. Keep those hands nice and strong, knee into chest. Out to the side, up to the sky. Last one, knee into chest. Out to the sky, out to the side. And then this time, find that stretch. Last one, inhale, press into the toes, press into the hands. And then exhale, knee to thigh, knee to chest as you come forward and step the left foot between the hands. Hands come to blocks or stay on the floor. Inhale, pull your chest through your arms, send your right heel back. And then exhale, round, touch into chest, press into the hands. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, round. Inhale, chest up. Exhale to round. And then drop down the right knee. Hands climb onto the left knee, low lunge. Press into that left foot, pull the feet together underneath you. Think about as you press, sending the chest away from the thigh, keeping a slight tuck in the tailbone. So you're feeling like a long line through that front of the right hip. Soften the shoulders. And breathe. About 5 breaths here. Arms stay strong, legs stay strong, but the face and the shoulders are soft. The breath helps you stay calm. One more breath in. On your exhale, hands to the ground, walk them all the way back so you can sit your bum back on your heel. Remember, you can bring the floor up if you need to. Hands reach a little bit further forward. Inhale, pull your chest through your arms. Pull your toes towards you and exhale, fold in. Don't worry about how far it is for you. As long as you can feel this, you're doing it right. That's all that we want. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come forward. Right hand grounds, tuck the back toe, raise the left knee. Inhale, left arm reaches to the sky, find your twist. Press out of the hands, keep the hips lifted and pull that left hip back a little bit. There'll be a temptation to like pop it out to the side. Keep reaching through the left arm and then begin to find those twists. And really working on letting this movement come from the shoulder. Sometimes it even helps to look at your shoulder as you're moving to make sure that's where it's coming from. There's no rush with this movement. Keep everything else strong. Try not to sink into the right shoulder. Instead, wrap the right shoulder onto your back. So slight bend in the elbow, slight external rotation in the right arm. Okay, one more. Twist the palm until it faces forward and then thread that right arm underneath your left arm as you twist your toes. Left hand finds the outside edge of the right leg, whether it's high or low. And right arm reaches to the sky. Full breath in. Pull the chest forward, send the hips back, full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out, one more, full breath in. Exhale, reach the right arm forward. Maybe it lands on the ground close to you or far away. Take an inhale. And an exhale. On your next inhale, both arms reach out in front of you, lift up halfway. Exhale, fall down. And spin the inner thighs back, lift the hips. One more, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fall down. As you inhale, lift halfway, bend into the back knee and reach both arms towards the top of your mat. So that right knee is bent, the arms are reaching out almost in a downward dog. Remember, it doesn't matter how far out you are reaching. Can you let the hips sink? The feet are strong, the legs are strong, but you're pulling your chest through your arms. You have 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good, keep the length, keep the strength in the legs. Push into the floor, inhale. And exhale, 1. Good. As you inhale, push off of the back leg, both legs bend, the left knee bends. Come forward, right hand down, left arm to the sky, easy twist, inhale. Exhale, plant both hands and step back. Downward facing dog, take a wiggle if you need them. Big inhale. And let it all go as you exhale. And then walk your hands back towards your feet at the back of your mat. Just toe those feet a tiny bit wider. Catch hold of opposite elbows, bend the knees and come into a ragdoll. So I want you to be in a situation in your ragdoll where your knees are bent enough that your belly can rest near your thighs. They don't have to be touching, but it's definitely not a huge, big, rounded position like this. There's definitely more of like a hip hinge, so bum back, chest forward. If you want to add a sway, of course do. And drop your hands, take a big breath in. Find a bit more heaviness on the exhale. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Now hands can come onto the floor. They could find the shins, but send your bum back, your chest forward, flat spine, strong legs. Keep the little softness in that knees and in those knees, and exhale, come all the way down. And then walk your hands back forward again until you're on hands and knees. When you get to hands and knees, we're going to take 3 cat-cows. As you inhale, lift your tailbone. Begin to soften your elbows as you pull your chest forward through your spine and look up. As you exhale, press around. Tuck your tailbone, pull front body to back body. Really fill the space between your shoulder blades as you tuck your chin. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Pull the chest forward and look up. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, lift the tailbone, pull the chest forward and look up. And exhale to round. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Now press into the hands, slightly fill the space between your shoulder blades. Press into your left knee and draw your right knee in towards your chest. Nothing else moves, take a breath in. As you exhale, take your right leg, cross it behind your left leg at your kneecap. So you're not crossing like ankle, you're crossing at the knees. And then if the feet are reaching towards the back of the mat, just spin on the knees until the feet face out to the sides of your mat in opposite directions. So right toes reach to the left toes reach to the right. And begin to sink your bum back. So you're beginning to let your weight shift back behind you. And we're in this kind of hovering Gomukhonasana. If you have really open hips, you could sink your bum all the way back. And the wider out that you bring your feet, the harder this is going to feel. If you want to keep your hips lifted, slightly different sensation, then do. Keep pulling your chest towards your fingers. Find a bit of a softness in the elbows, so you can let your elbows and your shoulders rock down. Remember to breathe. Okay, keep going, 2 more breaths. Imagine that you're sticking your bum back behind you, you're finding that length in the lower back. One more, inhale. And then come all the way back forward, plant down the left knee, draw your right knee into your chest. And then plant the right knee down. Right knee presses down, left knee comes into the chest, nothing else moves. This time left leg comes behind the right leg, so you're crossing at the kneecaps, like you're sat cross-legged in a chair. Take those feet out, nice and wide again, and begin to sink your bum back. Just see if one side feels different to the other, but see if you could do the same on both sides. Soften the elbows, pull the chest forward. Remember to imagine that you're sticking your tailbone up to the sky. Relax your jaw. Relax the space between your eyebrows. And remember to breathe. Last couple of breaths here. Hips stay nice and heavy. Pressing into the outside edges of the feet, pulling the chest through, soften those elbows. Last 5 breaths. 4. 3. And 2. And 1. Come forward, plant the right knee down, draw your left knee into your chest, and plant the left foot down. Take your bum back onto your heels. If this is not a comfortable seated position, don't worry, just find one. Rest your hands on your lap, close your eyes, let your shoulders soften down. Let's finish with 3 breaths together. Let everything soften. Commit to just staying here for just 2 minutes more. Inhale. Exhale 1. Breath is as even as you can make it. Inhale. Slow, steady exhale 2. Control the stream of breath. Last 1. Inhale. And exhale 3. When you're ready, blink open your eyes. Thank you for practicing with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed the class. As always, if you have the opportunity to like or comment or subscribe, that would be hugely appreciated. If you just let me know if there's anything that you would like to see, that would be great too. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day.